I used to think yes was the safest word in English. You cannot go wrong with a simple yes, right? Wrong. The way you say yes is actually one of the biggest tells that you are not a native speaker. And today, I am going to give you 4 phrases that will instantly change that.
Wait, Maya, are you telling me that I have been saying yes wrong my entire life?
Not wrong, Leo, just robotic. And the good news is, fixing it is incredibly easy. By the end of this episode, you will have 4 new ways to agree that sound warmer, more confident, and completely natural.
Okay, I am ready. Let's do this.
Hey everyone, welcome to Speak Like a Native. I'm Maya.
And I'm Leo. Let's get into it.
So, Leo, let me ask you a question. If I said to you, that movie was amazing, right? What would you say?
Yes?
Exactly. And that is the problem. Yes is okay, but it has no energy. It does not show that you are engaged. It sounds like you are just responding.
Okay, but what else am I supposed to say? I mean, if I agree, I agree, right?
Here is the thing. In English, the words we use to agree carry emotional weight, and native speakers use different words depending on how strongly they agree or how enthusiastic they feel. So let me give you the first one. Instead of yes, try absolutely.
Absolutely. So I can just say that instead of yes?
Exactly. So if I say, don't you think it is important to practice English every day? You say,
Absolutely.
see, that one word sounds so much more committed. It sounds like you really mean it. Now, the second one is very similar, but it is used in a slightly different situation. Exactly.
Okay, what is the difference?
Use exactly. When someone says something that you were thinking yourself, it is like saying, you just read my mind. For example, if a colleague says, this project is going to take way longer than they think, you can say, exactly. I was just thinking that.
Oh, I see. So absolutely is for general strong agreement, and exactly is for when someone says something that is right on the money.
Perfect. You are already using it correctly. Now, the third one is a longer phrase, but it is very powerful. I couldn't agree more.
Couldn't agree more. That sounds quite formal, actually.
It can be used in formal situations, sure, but it is also used in everyday conversation when you want to really emphasize your agreement. It means I agree completely and there is no possible way I could agree anymore.
So if my friend says, this pizza is the best in the city,
You say, I couldn't agree more. I have been coming here for years.
I love that. It sounds so natural.
It does. And the last one is a little different. It is not always full agreement, but it is a very polite and useful way to agree with someone's point, even if you do not completely agree with them overall. It is fair point.
Fair point. So that is like saying, I see what you mean.
Exactly. And it is very useful in debates or discussions. For example, let us say you are talking with a colleague about a project. They say, I think we should focus on marketing first because we need more visibility. You might not agree completely, but you can say, that is a fair point. But I also think we should improve the product first.
So it is a way of acknowledging someone's argument without necessarily surrendering.
Exactly right. And this is something that many learners struggle with because in some cultures, disagreeing is seen as confrontational, but in English, saying fair point softens the disagreement. It shows respect, and that actually makes the conversation more collaborative.
Okay, I want to practice these. Can we do a little role play?
I would love to. Let's do it. I will say a sentence and you respond with one of the 4 phrases. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. I think studying abroad is one of the best ways to learn a language.
Absolutely. It forces you to use the language every single day.
Perfect usage. Here is another one. The traffic in the city is getting worse every year.
Exactly. I was stuck for 2 hours yesterday.
Beautiful. Now a tricky one. I think we should cancel the meeting and just send an email instead.
That is a fair point. But I think some things are better discussed face to face.
Excellent. You use fair point perfectly there. You acknowledged the idea but then offered another perspective. That is exactly how native speakers do it.
This is so helpful. I feel like I already sound more natural.
Now, here is the part that surprises most people. The word yes is not bad. In fact, using it sometimes is perfectly fine. The problem is when it is the only word you use. Native speakers use a range of agreement words, and the variety is what makes them sound natural.
So you are saying I should not completely stop saying yes?
No, not at all. But let me give you a little rule. For every 10 times you want to agree, try to use yes only 3 or 4 times. Use absolutely or exactly for another 3 or 4, and save couldn't agree more and fair point for the remaining times.
That is a good ratio. I can remember that.
Let me give you one more situation. Imagine you are at a coffee shop with a friend. They say, I cannot believe they still have my favorite pastry. You can say, I know, right? It is my favorite too. But instead, try. Absolutely. I was hoping they would have it.
See, that sounds so much more natural. Absolutely just has more life in it.
It does. Now let's talk about mistakes, because there are some common errors that learners make with these phrases. Leo, are you ready for this?
I think so. Hit me.
Okay. First, some learners say, I am agree instead of I agree. That is a very common mistake, especially for Spanish and French speakers, because in their languages, the verb agree is reflexive. So they translate it directly and add
I have definitely made that mistake.
and you are not alone. The fix is simple. Just say I agree or I agree with you. No needed.
Got it.
Now, another mistake. Some learners say, I very agree, or I agree very much. Now, I agree very much is grammatically okay, but it sounds a little old-fashioned. Instead, use I totally agree, or I completely agree.
Totally agree. I like that. It is simple.
It is. And the third mistake is using couldn't agree more incorrectly. Some learners say, I could not agree more, which is technically correct, but the contracted form couldn't is much more natural in conversation.
So always use the contraction.
In casual conversation, yes. Save the full form for formal writing. One more mistake. This one is for Chinese speakers especially. In Chinese, it is very common to repeat the verb when agreeing. So someone might say, I think this is a good idea, and the response is, yes, I think so. That is not wrong, but it is repetitive. Instead, try absolutely or exactly. One word, so much power.
I love that. One word can carry so much meaning.
Let's do a quick recap. The 4 phrases are absolutely, for strong general agreement, exactly, for when someone says exactly what you were thinking, couldn't agree more, for emphatic, total agreement, and fair point, for polite partial agreement.
I am going to try using absolutely today. I think it is the easiest one to start with.
That is a great start. And over time, you will find yourself reaching for the other ones naturally. Now, before we go, let's do one more practice round. This time, I will give you a situation, and you choose the best response from our 4 phrases.
Let's do it.
Situation 1. Your boss says, I think we should launch the product next month instead of waiting.
Couldn't agree more. We have been ready for weeks.
Perfect. Strong, confident, natural. Situation 2. Your friend says, this restaurant is overpriced. The food is just okay.
Exactly. I was just saying the same thing.
Beautiful. And situation 3. During a debate, someone says, I understand your point, but I think we should consider the cost first.
That is a fair point, but I think the long-term benefits outweigh the initial cost.
Leo, you are a natural. You just used fair point like a native speaker.
Thanks, Maya. This has been such an eye-opening episode. I honestly never thought about the way I say yes.
And that is the thing. Most learners do not. They think yes is simple. But once you start paying attention to these small words, your English will transform. And the best part, it is incredibly easy to practice. Just start replacing one yes a day with one of these phrases.
One word a day. I can do that.
And if you want more real English like this, hit that subscribe button. Every episode, we break down a new phrase or concept to help you sound more natural.
Absolutely. Do it. You will not regret it.
Look at Leo using absolutely naturally in conversation. That is exactly what we want.
It is working. It is really working.
Thanks for listening to Speak Like a Native. Today's rule: swap one yes for absolutely today and feel the difference. I am Maya.
And I am Leo. Keep practicing, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
See you.